You are bringing an enormous evolutionary change of a most essential nature. June 13, 2013. Here in the spiritual realms we, in every moment, are pouring out our love and our assistance to help you in your awakening process. To many of you it seems that your progress has stalled, but we can assure you with the utmost confidence that this is most definitely not the case. Your progress is proceeding, as perfectly and divinely intended, and will continue ceaselessly until you awaken. And we are your spiritual guides and mentors who contracted to be with you at all times throughout this period of intense spiritual evolution that you chose to undergo. What you are doing is of great benefit to all sentient life forms. You are bringing an enormous evolutionary change of a most essential nature, while for the most part remaining unaware of the immense task that you have so willingly undertaken. And you are succeeding quite brilliantly. It is a sweeping away of the dark, of the unreal physical limitations that appear so real. Once, you believed that the earth was flat, that instant communication over great distances was beyond belief, and that rapid and convenient travel across the world and into space was impossible. Those were all limited belief concepts that have been permanently proved erroneous. What other beliefs do you have that will be proven false? Countless numbers. The unawareness that you experience of your essential divine nature, the joy of oneness with God and with all sentient life, is the choice that you made. Within the illusory environment of confusion, pain, and suffering you are in the process of learning about and releasing the many restrictive, inflexible and very frightening beliefs you invented which are not in alignment with, and do not and can never resonate with, your true nature, love. While you hold on to them you close yourselves off or hide from your true and divine nature because love is terrifying to anyone who is fearful. Love is all-encompassing, all-welcoming. Fear shuts out, excludes, disparages. When you release yourselves from the cloak of fear under which you are hiding, when you remove and discard it, you will see clearly and realize that your fear was just fear of the dark, as imagined by a small child, a darkness which does not exist, unless you could establish it by shutting out the light, and that is impossible, except temporarily, under that imaginary cloak of the illusion. The thought of removing that cloak frightens you because it seems to be a protective shield that is essential to your ongoing well-being. To be without it would make you vulnerable, open to experiencing horrendous pain and suffering, the kind that you observe all over the world as people behave without love, defending themselves or attacking others. However, the truth is that when you remove that seemingly protective cloak you become invulnerable, because you will have removed the barrier you erected to keep out love, a barrier that to you has seemed almost impenetrable, because love was hardly ever seen except when offered conditionally and in exchange for benefits or payments. Truly love with a small l, another unreal aspect of the illusion. Love is the most powerful field of energy that exists. It is the only energy field that exists. Any other energy that you can conceive of or experience is of the illusion, and is an enormously diluted and weakened form of love, which allowed you to think that you had power without the presence of your Father. Love is the life force. You cannot live without it. You are, every one of you, essential parts or aspects of it. However, when you constructed the illusion you attempted to exclude it, by apparently separating yourselves, shutting yourselves off from God. That is not possible, but you were and are free to pretend that it is, and that is what causes you so much pain and suffering. Your awakening process is in fact a process of uncloaking yourselves, of releasing all that is not in perfect and harmonious alignment with love, your natural and eternal state, and which effectively hides from your conscious awareness the fact that you are, always have been, and always will be beings of infinite love as created by your Father. The time for games from which you have attempted to exclude love is over. You are now very much aware of the pain and suffering worldwide which need to be brought to an end, pain and suffering in which many delighted and gloated as they watched others mistreated, abused, and tortured. The insanity of that attitude has now become apparent. Daily, more and more on earth are becoming aware that they themselves did actually embrace it while at the same time denying it and convincing themselves that they were only making fair judgments of the unconscionable behavior of others, as was their God-given duty and responsibility. This awareness has shocked them, and now they are making the firmest of resolutions to release that unloving attitude and replace it with compassion, forgiveness of selves and others, and the intent to offer only love from here on in. In the spiritual realms, that change of heart, which is occurring throughout humanity, has led to the greatest rejoicing. Relax into your quiet inner space at least once daily, talk to your guides, ask for their help, and open your hearts so that you can recognize the great changes that are taking place worldwide, as love dissolves the fear that has driven and guided so many of your thoughts, words, and actions for eons. Remember, anything other than love is illusory, and intend to be constantly loving, as you make your way homewards. Your loving brother, Jesus. Channeled by John Smallman. johnsmallman2.wordpress.com